Justice is a funny thing. No matter how man tries to impose himself, it follows its own course. He invented a name for himself. The Ripper. He began arranging the few meager possessions of his victims in weird patterns at their feet.
It was the only clue left by the Ripper, and he...
Genabis. This is Genabis. Remember this. Yo, in the beginning I discovered wordplay. I experimented with some syllables from the first to the third day. On the fourth I searched for the words to say. How to compress complex verbiage in the least amount of space. I was perfect at it and mastered the tactic. On the fifth day I decided I would combine it with mathematics. On the sixth day I became a fanatic, and I couldn't kick the habit. I would just look in the mirror and practice. On the seventh cycle I had to take the day off. I was exhausted, I guess my work would never pay off. But if it happened to him, it could happen to me. And if it happened to me, it was destined to be. Yo, Genabis, Bus, Levitibus. There ain't a mic on this planet I'm restricted to touch. I read the cosmos, but God wrote predicted as much. The inhabitants lack faith, but resistance is tough. Yo, Genabis, Bus, Levitibus. There ain't a mic on this planet I'm restricted to touch. I read the cosmos, but God wrote predicted as much. The inhabitants lack faith, but resistance is tough. They backslide back to church and call it ministers bluff. They'd rather remain unenlightened than listen to bust. I blew the fuck up, even though it was short and abrupt. I was the first rapper to ever close orbit the sun. One small step for man, one huge step for mankind. I am the red giant of rhyme. Solar deflectors incinerate you whole in 1 second. Flow is untested. Those that I've threatened fold under pressure at 120 beta cycles. High volts ignite your eyeballs till you see the fire in front of you. Optic cones and rods melt one at a time till you realize you in hell. Rip the Jacker's not done with you. I terrorize the rap community with impunity. Blow you to pieces and move elusively through the debris. What my enemies wanna do to me's old news to me. Those in pursuit of me and never get through to me. Yo, Genabis, Bus, Levitibus. There ain't a mic on this planet I'm restricted to touch. I read the cosmos, but God wrote predicted as much. The inhabitants lack faith, but resistance is tough. Yo, Genabis, Bus, Levitibus. There ain't a mic on this planet I'm restricted to touch. I read the cosmos, but God wrote predicted as much. The inhabitants lack faith, but resistance is tough. First rapper to speak over beats dogmatically, mixed with Elizabethan drama and tragedy. My motto is to dress casually and live lavishly. Look at the Victorian tapestry in back of me. Notice the post-Renaissance pictures I drew. Hand sketch drawings of the deserts in Nazca, Peru. The following audio propagates the possible truth with proof I'm the illest, so the choice is not up to you. See the standard ideological definition of a rap model. It's Canibus and scholarly periodicals. The article is substantially impressive, more than a message, a working thesis from several different perspectives. The Rosetta Stone of sentences for rap music's tentative entered apprentices. This is Genabis, the Rosetta Stone of sentences for rap music's tentative entered apprentices. This is Genabis. Yo, Genabis, Bus, Levitibus. There ain't a mic on this planet I'm restricted to touch. I read the cosmos, but God wrote predicted as much. The inhabitants lack faith, but resistance is tough. Genabis, Bus, Levitibus. There ain't a mic on this planet I'm restricted to touch. I read the cosmos, but God wrote predicted as much. The inhabitants lack faith, but resistance is tough.
You want power, but you're not big enough. So you steal it, piece by piece. Take it and spoil. And you're weak. You're sick. Step by step, you're weakened and the power will
viewing into darkness, describing what I see in the process of stone statues surrounded by Neolithic objects, geoglyphs on the pampa. A dose of butylamine makes it feel like a dream. The dream state is the playground for the supreme. Critics attempt to follow a trend. Today they call me a charlatan, but tomorrow I will be the god of men. To create a universe, all I need is 1,000 trillion degrees. Sodium 22, Betatrons in a cloud chamber. Keep the noise down so I don't arouse my neighbors. Got a message from the Falcon and the Snowman, and then an open Coca-Cola can. Show the whole plan, encoded program. Encrypted by a pro scan modem with a low band. Hold up, let me load it in.
Hardly I am a scientist.
Curse on you. You want to take a class with cyanide gas and die fast.
Out of this, are you going to put a curse on me?
There's no need. Perfectly killing them down with the gas.
I was created by intelligent design. You are merely a descendant of the unmodified. You diss me out of pride, but when you finish talking about money and bitches, you simply out of rhymes. Even my worst album was sublime. If I don't slow down, I distort the timeline. Back through the time tunnel to 100 bars again. A master like the Honorable Earl of Carnarvon, the grand architect. Used to be a partisan to Lamarcuson's theory, but I lost the bet. No regrets, you live and you learn. I'm through giving advice, I just give concern. Sterilize my hands to prevent catching the germs. I try to rebuild all the bridges I burned. I prefer modesty over controversy. But what am I to do when these jerks keep bothering me? Jealous cause they can't rhyme like me, and they never had a scientific mind like me.
Hardly I am a scientist.
You have a curse on you. You want to take a class with cyanide gas and die fast.
Out of this, are you going to put a curse on me?
There's no need. Perfectly killing them down with the gas.
I'm above average with verbal semantics. The aurora borealis in the form of a rap ballad. They look at me like poor bastard. Why can't you manipulate Billboard with all your metaphor magic? No matter how hard I practice, every microphone I saw I grabbed it. Obviously that's the wrong tactic. I went through a long period of mourning and sadness when I wrote that stand shit. But if you wanna hear some hardcore Canibus, just say so. And I come out the egg roll with 7 dead scrolls. If you can find a better flow, then I can find a dinosaur on the Galapagos archipelago. Hey, you shouldn't fall for the naivete. Lyrically, I'm the illest when my beats is okay. Food for thought, nutrition for the whole brain. Keep your neurotransmitters warm on a cold day. I'm ahead of my time, or so they say. I guess that's why I already feel old and gray. Okay, that's enough knowledge for today. I'm killing them. You better not forget it, cause this is the Levitibus.
Hardly I am a scientist.
You have a curse on you. You want to take a class with cyanide gas and die fast.
Out of this, are you going to put a curse on me?
There's no need. Perfectly killing them down with the gas.
Those who create literature know firsthand just how difficult creating meaning can be.
There are no options now. If I weren't a writer, I think I'd be a total psychological mess.
Out of the umbilicus mundi, this is lyrical lunacy from a human being that speaks so fluently. Bars of poetry without precedence, complete par excellence. Listen to the Levitibus testament. To understand me, you need help. You gotta see the film The Day After Trinity, written by John Ellis. To understand that, you must know thyself. You should keep listening, cause Canibus flow might help.
But you should keep quiet while the MC rap with me. I'm the say they're bad, but they're bugging. Whatever that, I'm constantly coming with clever raps. Off the rhyme time like a cocaine addict. A lot of MCs who talking all that junk. A lot of suckers will like to forget me. The incredible, lyrical, and original. I grab the steel with the crime on top.
To find the answers that we didn't know. Maybe Edgar Allan Poe's description of El Dorado is not so. See, the reason there's no light at the end of the tunnel is cause we're really not in a tunnel. We're trapped in a bubble with government hierarchy and the dregs of society. Can you explain why you believe hell is fiery? We suffering from symptoms of drapetomania. Slavery is an ovid, just took a new alias. The data repository establishment and maintenance almost turned me into an atheist scared of aliens. Why write lyrics when I can make a better living selling freeze-dried venom to wildlife clinics? Cause I hate the thought of being a predictable bore. Once you get used to me, you won't love me no more. The final soliloquy of the internal paramour. What are we all to do when rap music is gone? I hope God in the imagination of one, a golden tongue can achieve synchronicity with the sun, transcended beyond the flesh and the blood. Cause this is level 1. After this album, my message is done.
But you should keep quiet while the MC rap with me. Others say they're bad, but they're bugging. Whatever that, I'm constantly coming with clever raps. Off the rhyme time like a cocaine addict. I'm not an MC who talking all that junk. Please, a lot of suckers would like to forget me. The incredible, lyrical, and original. I grab the steel with the crime on top.
You can't battle me, so you rather embarrass me. I maintain dignity in the face of calamity. They reach out, they hand to me and talk dishonestly, but I read through their syntactic structure like Noam Chomsky. A student so overzealous, I motivate my trainers. I'd rather get some now than get some later. Take a break from writing rhymes on paper, recondition my character. Change my nature with 7 days of Vipassana. Let go of the stress, man, I was deeply depressed. So famished, in fact, I needed a rest to regenerate my mind. Bless the cornerstone of my rhyme with corn, oil, and wine to see the light in a luminous paradigm. It became more apparent with time. All I had to do was follow the signs. To be a better man, I need help. I just gotta find a link between my inner deity and myself.
But you should keep quiet while the MC rap with me. Others say they're bad, but they're bugging. Whatever that, I'm constantly coming with clever raps. Off the rhyme time like a cocaine addict. I'm not an MC who talking all that junk. Please, a lot of suckers would like to forget me. The incredible, lyrical, and original. I grab the steel with the crime on top.
People are usually terrified of poetry, and they don't realize that it's just speech. It is language that is somehow extraordinary, but that there are ways they could deal with it without worrying about it quite the way they do.
Place to debate. They photographed the earth from space and saw my face. They tried to translate the innate Asiatic shape before the final earthquakes came, but it was too late. Only 1/8 of the human race escaped the space. They were chased by flying phenomena to the lunar base. Flotillas of space centers, lasers probe the entrance. DNA code sensors reject old genetics. I presented my cosmic clearance to a patrol of medics. I was injected with sodium pentothal in question. I relayed the message the way I was trained to remember it. I showed them the keypad code and told him to enter it. I told him which alphanumeric buttons were sensitive. He snatched it out of my hand and started to pressing it. I told him detonation was definite. If he kept it and he never quit, he just lost his temper and flipped. I bowed my head like I guess this is it. My ears popped, the music stopped, and I couldn't hear shit. No return, no return, no return. There's no return, no return, no return, no return. Around to the front and open the door. He said his name was Muhammad Jamal and he'd be with me till 4. He said the escort service would call and the package would be waiting for me at the window. I said thanks, he grabbed my bags fast and put him in the trunk. Then he ran around to the front, slammed it in gear, pulled off slow, winded down his window and asked me if I minded if he smoked. I said no, we drove off, cut my cell phone off. Then I swallowed the tablet and Zoloft. Went to sleep and woke up feeling kinda lost. I asked him what the weather's been like lately. He said he doesn't mind the heat and hates the AC. Said he had a son who was 18 and made beats, and I happened to be his favorite MC. I said for real, that's crazy. I'll meet him later. Yo Jamal, could you please do me a favor? When we get to the corner, stop at the bodega. Hopped out the car, walked inside. The store stereo was playing Feliz Navidad. Got a pack of condoms and walked to the back of the line. There was 3 Taliban that was talking very loud. One reached in his backside and pulled out a Beretta gun. The last word I heard myself say was a 4-letter one. He looked me in the eye and said the crime is never done, cause there's no return, no return. Informed us there was an explosion in the red zone. We were ordered to get ready to go and to get into our bioweapons, protective gear and clothes. I rode shotgun, my partner Ramirez drove. GPS control gave us coordinates where to go. Soon as we got there, I could feel the hot air. For a second I stopped and stared, there was cops everywhere. I told them we need to get a square perimeter clear. We got an hour till nightfall, so light some flares. I said a 20-second prayer, then ran to the second tier. The lift that was there, then I waved my hands up in the air, the signal that it was clear before I ran upstairs. I could barely see, smoke was so thick in the air. I was visually impaired and started to get scared. I heard a woman scream help, but I didn't know where. I started screaming back, I'm not gonna leave you here. Saying to myself, damn, it's hard to breathe in here. Searched the rooms one by one like fuck my lungs. Ramirez said the fire truck got stuck by the front. I crawled all the way through the foyer to the end of the hallway and seen her on the floor next to the doorway. I was half unconscious, but I just ignored the pain. Helped her to her feet and she had an arm in a brace. All this tall like black stuff was all on her face. I radio Ramirez coughing and trying to explain. I heard him say something to me like it's all in flames. There was ceiling debris falling all over the place. I looked in her eyes, she looked into mine, it was strange. Then I blinked for the last time and never saw her again. Spartibus. Yo, you wanna spar with us? Then let's get started, cuz atomic thrust turn you into cosmic dust. Bomb your borders with Japanese spigot mortars. Recompose your composition of sawdust. Time is breath, breath is life, life is light. Light is no less than capital C on the mic. Beneath the mirage of night, I'll attack you twice. Prepare to river sacrifice for my ritual rites. Reinforce my habitual likes and dislikes. To dish you on the mic, cause I'm sick of the hype. No one's ever written what I write. Compare to calligraphy type. Tell me, yo, how can I not be nice? The royal semen of Caesar, frozen in a cryo freezer. On sale for 7 figures per milliliter, lethally illegal. I speak to the people in the form of an eagle. On top of the leaves, cathedral with boundless knowledge. Like hairless Dalai Lamas with linen garments neatly wrapped around armpits. With monasteries in the mountains. Trumpets have already sounded, you can't denounce my crown, bitch.
Many MC that disagree with me, wave your arm. Many MC that disagree with me, wave your arm. Many MC that disagree with me, wave your arm. Many MC that disagree with me, wave your arm. I tear it up, y'all, and bless the mic with the guard.
The game was Chinese chess. Countless issues need to be addressed before the East nukes the West. Utilitarianistic cause and effect. Run the words through a decompressor, recompress the depth. Canibus is the most explosive next to meth. The inconsistency of the text makes me complex. Pay attention to this, my attention is this. Leave you spatially adrift, suspended in the abyss. Marijuana plant owners smell my aroma. Contract symptoms of sarcoma and retinoblastoma. Confederate federal general, the electric general. FCC omnidirectional antenna poles. IFF, identification, friend or foe. This area's restricted, don't let him through. He'll mock your style, rock you to the ground with the bite force of a sarcophagus crocodile. Travel a fiber optic mile before you can smile. So don't ask me why and don't ask how.
Many MC that disagree with me, wave your arm. Many MC that that disagree with me, wave your arm. I tear it up, y'all, and bless the mic with the gods.
Till I'm impressed with the print, I can hear a pin drop like Sprint. Once it blends, I can stop right then. Quantum coupling mechanisms and technical shit confuses you, but I don't think you're any less of a dick. Just define what is poetry and what is rap. I demonstrate how to effectively bridge the gap. The answer is simple in fact. If the protons don't attack the retina, all we'd ever see is black. No ability, no extraocular motility. Silly MCs can't see me lyrically or visually. They'll never be better than me. I triple team them with a Trinity 7 and 3 and give them 9 enemies. Climb back the periscope depth in 2 hours. Surrender and throw in the towel. The amalgam of the ultimate album. This is Spartibus power.
Many MC that disagree with me, wave your arm. Many MC that disagree with me, wave your arm. Many MC that disagree with me, wave your arm. Many MC that disagree with me, wave your arm. I tear it up, y'all, and bless the mic with the gods.
Images over the distance, using the inflation premise of 10 to the minus 32 seconds. Back to the Canibus era, my eponym is apparent. Those who hear my efforts gotta give me the merit. Off lyrics alone, I'm a legend, but I can't take credit. The English language was not my invention. It's the way I put it together. The incorrect English editor, can't nobody ever do it better. People forget, but the history will remember. I pled guilty to the charge and accepted the sentence. Let the record show I resisted under the pressure. My short but precise endeavor to raise the measure.
It is important that cruelty and injustice, but in order to understand
hip-hop forever, that's what I see when I look in the mirror. Regardless of whether I'm not a bestseller, I'm a first-class spitter. The literal literature ripper, painting pictures for intelligent listeners from any and all dispositions. The fusion of what's written creates a vision called Canibusism. The intellectual division of science and religion. People waste their momentum trying to defend it. All I do is put it to ink, then put it to print. See what you think. Maybe I should speak to a shrink. I can fix the way they look at the world. They read all these books in a barrel, but they can't think for themselves. Self-contained, I'm all balls, belts, and brains. Must be strong, cause no one ever helps Germaine.
it is important that cruelty and injustice, but in order to understand it is important that cruelty and injustice, but in order to understand
Observe the whole world's pain and tell me you ain't tired of praying. The Catholic faith will never be the same. You could be put in chains cause you got a Muslim name. Sent to Guantanamo Bay and tortured for days. Man, I'd rather buy some land and grow an orchard of grapes. Drink vegetable juice, stay away from steaks and shakes and snakes. These raps in the corporate race is fake. Nobody ever gives you what they didn't already take. Invest the weight, you be broke till you break. Man, you learn to pick a lock, you wanna open the gate. I mimic haters like flight simulators and air bases. Recovered from an inverted spin and now I'm famous. Those who respond to Rip the Jacker with hate show poor taste and only exacerbate their fate. MiClub.net, get it right, motherfucker. Get it right and get a mic.
it is important that cruelty and injustice, but in order to understand the fever of disgrace, we had a democracy, yes, but it was torn by elements within. In violation of every moral and legal principle known to all civilized nations, protects Mengele more than anything else is his uncanny ability to avoid capture. They came here and rushed up to his room, only to find it empty. Mengele had left just 10 minutes earlier.
This is Showtime at the Gallows. Rip the Jacker. Yo, I dialogue while I'm a ride till he gives me the nod and replaces me with a supercomputer automaton. I don't barter for time, I'm a martyr to rhymes and a selfish soldier with pride that was ordered to die. A burning star in the sky, my hardest walk with a drive, expressing thoughts through a rhyme. My metaphors are alive, it's like I've been crucified. They hate me now like knives, they punctured me through my side. The bleeding was cauterized, I was revived after I died. Only then I saw how I was truly admired and worshipped like a god. Shit, am I out of my mind and show me a sign? I fell off the ocean line or someone throw me a line. Let the world know the truth, but it became my demise. Motherfucker, you know we even, I don't owe you a dime. Sometimes I feel like killing myself, they stole my shine. I wanted to be the illest for a moment in time. From the ink to my pen to my pad to the ink in my arm. How can one this song possibly last this long? Tyson ain't the champ no more, them days is gone. And Rip the Jacker ain't too stubborn to say when he's wrong.
Remember me? Pump back and grab MC. I make it happen with the toast in your face, and that's why I'm ill cat. Slick talk, slain New York. Remember me? Pump back and grab MC. I make it happen with the toast in your face, and that's why I'm ill cat. Slick talk, slain New York.
The bloody victories which followed, we realized that only battle experience could make a combat soldier.
I should get $20 and go to a condo lodge and tie the sawed-off trigger around the doorknob. Call a police squad and tell them I'm in room 105 and then the dirty bombs inside. Woke up in the cargo plane, playing Christy Lane for some entertainment while I train in the misty rain. One day at a time, sweet Jesus is playing. I'm sitting there praying. You probably can't believe what I'm saying, but the voice in the back of my head keeps saying, Germaine, this is the real deal, man. This is not a dream. This is not a game. The only 16 you got from now on is locked and loaded and in your hand. Deploying the tax on land. You the man, and the pain is the weakness leaving the body. Understand? So reload with a full pack. Call ComSat. Tell them you need suppressor fire for troops in the back. Stat insurgents and counterinsurgents. Move with a purpose. Absolutely mission critical. You never get nervous. Applicate the shock tube to the surface. Stand by. Blow it. Eyes open with your scope on the terrorist. Tell him to go to hell in Arabic. Put a bullet through his narrow neck. Watch the wall behind him get wet. I'm an animal. I'll murder you and stare at your pets. Get the tape. I know where the surveillance cameras is kept.
Remember me? Pump back and grab MC. I make it happen with the toast in your face, and that's why I'm ill cat. Slick talk, slain New York. Remember me? Pump back and grab MC. I make it happen with the toast in your face, and that's why I'm ill cat. Slick talk, slain New York.
If you want a confession, you got it. You want product, give me $20. You want gossip, I give you logic on any topic. Record and deposit the data. Rip is the best rapper, go confirm his status. 1 million page dissertation written on paper. Cheap labor from Pitney Bowes, tree curator. My purification process is greater, but thinly tapered verbatim. My album is equal to over 50 acres. Can I bust before the big bang and after the big crunch? I only gotta say it once. Let there be light, and I write a sentence. The greatest discovery since Epithecus afarensis. Back to before Sumerians landed on the canyon in the Cambrian, carrying bacteria with antigens and 9-foot stone mannequins. The key to nuclear power and Porta Libertinaria. Showtime at the Gallow, the age of Aquarius and space harriers, life's last barrier. Showtime at the Gallows.
Ill cat, slick talk, slain New York. I make it happen with the toast in your face, and that's my word. Remember me? Pump back and grab MC. I make it happen with the toast in your face, and that's my word. Ill cat, slick talk, slain New York.
All of this is part of the abduction phenomenon. And not only that, people come back with unusual marks on their bodies and scars on their bodies that weren't there literally the day before.
Yo, some say the pen overpowers the sword. The video camera is just as powerful when it records appalling footage of cops breaking the law. Mad at you because of what you saw, now they breaking your jaw. I've been accused of being eternally preoccupied cause the rhymes talk to me and I talk to the rhymes. Clinically induced impulses reveal what's hidden. Written prescriptions given by qualified clinicians. Lafayette pegboards be spinning on turntables to determine the motor coordination available. Those able to speak what I spoke, repeat my quotes. My systematic treatment approach be deep in their throats. I inject the frontal lobe of the brain with a lethal dose of unspeakable dope, worse than opium smoke. Well spoken like Washington Post or a Fox News network host. Scale intelligence like Wexler and Dose. And normative data, brain storage matter couldn't capture. A couple years ago they had to put it on Napster. Resurrect, Rip the Jacker, to rip these rappers. For every second the clock ticks, I'ma attack one.
Sanity was lost, so now I found it sane.
And find your soul. Cause now you bump heads with kids that's lifeless. C-A-N-I-BUS gets the last laugh before the critical mass. In half the speed of a ball flash, fire engulf that ass into a molehill of charcoal ash, only to be blown away by a cold draft. Whack MCs got no chance, it's so sad. They ask Canibus, will you ever run out of things to say? How much breath can a man breathe in a day? Needless to say, I think it's kinda deep in a way. People be like, this is too ill, keep him away. It's a good thing I got patience. I've been waiting here longer than Dr. Levinson's time equations, trying to figure out what made men. Was it the theory of inflation, or are we just the product of the apes then?
Sanity was lost, so now I found it sane.
Why the fuck you think you went home and had bad dreams? Darkness.
Cause now you bump heads with kids that's lifeless.
Sanity was lost, so now I found it sane.
And find your soul. Cause now you bump heads with kids that's lifeless. You think because I'm not on a major I can't bust, and because I come from the ghetto that I can't adjust? Yeah, my disposition was rough, but it turned me into a quick learner. All I need now is some luck. I used to be an undisciplined piece of fecal matter, an underdog rapper, but I closed that chapter. I deal with my adaptive difficulty faster and question my projected technique as a rapper. I've lost interest in the battle, glory and glamour, but I can't control Rip the Jacker when he gets amped up. It doesn't matter, we all got a dark side, a loud mouth from the apartheid. Yo, you wanna earn your respect? Then come to MiClub.net and see if you can impress the best.
Sanity was lost, so now I found it sane.
Why the fuck you think you went home and had bad dreams?
Cause now you bump heads with kids that's lifeless.
Sanity was lost, so now I found it sane.
And find your soul. Cause now you bump heads with kids that's lifeless.
Help me! Please, somebody help me! Somebody's looking at me! Somebody's watching me! Help me! Please, help me! Help me! Help me!
Yo, let's talk about the incredible rap flow. We can have a dinner for 5 with John Favreau. See, it comes to me natural. One of my integral attributes is to be lyrically tactful. I can prove who's nice or who's not an MC through falsifiable scientific hypotheses. In recent times, I find it's never been about the rhymes. The game is very politicized. Those who sympathize with their hearts and minds show hatred through the mouth, body language, and eyes. Sometimes I say to myself, why do I even try? In spite of whatever happens, I love it till I die.
Rank Cam 1, 3rd platoon soon.
From a bear reminder, you can't think this quick.
Gotta like and fight the fight. We all gotta like that.
Rank Cam 1, 3rd platoon soon.
From a bear reminder, you can't think this quick.
Gotta like and fight the fight. We all gotta like.
And what you gonna do when I start to step 2?
You don't believe in other dimensions you've been through. They're the main ingredients of this cosmic soup. See the mouse, grab it, edit the edges with Abbott. Is this the picture of a duck or a rabbit? You see ass and tits? Welcome to madness. Please try to interpret the following passage. Magneto-hydrodynamic mechanics translated into cannabis language, you'll never understand it. It's on when the crowd is cheering me on, waving their arms like they doing foul on gong. Firearms, 3/4 of a million troops strong, in a single file line stretched out a mile long. Thermodynamics of the second law. Isolated physical systems lead to war, greater disorder across the dry desert and the featureless sand. Water is secondary to the meaning of man. I know, but I won't tell. It's more to the human race than polymers, proteins, and proto-cells. Chemical evolution, L&D form subunits that come from the love of hip-hop and rap music.
This slang can't run, third platoon
I'm a bear in mind that you can't think this quick.
Gotta like invite the fight. We all gotta maniacs, soundboy killer.
The scourge of the words I attack the earth with. I bet you submerge dry and emerge wet. What you think? Confuse my shrink with English. The publication refused to print. My daughter likes blue and my son likes pink. Man, give me a drink. What kind of world are we living in? I think it stinks. Whatever life you live is a quick-sighted quiz. If you perceive something to be real, maybe it is. Force your kids to listen to dead press before they go to bed. Send them to school, put them in special ed. Reinforce their paranoia, the feds. Make sure they grow dreads and they live on the edge. The philosophy of the hard knocks. Pan-psychics sit on the block and attempt to talk to rocks. In the projects where they harvest the human crop. Organic robots to bleed when they get shot. If you can survive or thrive in the Jamaican ghetto, you deserve a congressional medal. My heart goes out to all the young bloods. The heart has reasons the mind knows not of. From the 1st to the 12th month, I keep a 12 pump in the trunk for the day when hell comes. Was invincible on the mic when I held one. My motto was to blaze all and spare none. I came, I saw, I conquered. Now there's just an empty void. MiClub, come holla at your boy.
This slang can't run, third platoon
I'm a bear in mind that you can't think this quick.
Gotta like invite the fight. We all gotta maniacs, soundboy killer.
Slang can't run, third platoon
I'm a bear in mind that you can't think this quick.
Gotta like invite the fight. We all die tonight.
And what you gonna do when I start to step to you?
I don't understand how a writer would ever get writer's block, so-called. My problem is having too much and being unable to
Yo,
get
why is the Ripper so ill? That would be an unpardonable breach of confidence for me to reveal. He said one of these days all eyes will be on me. When they look up in the sky, see the neon sea. Rhymes inscribed on a nickel disc encased in a glass with an ion beam for longevity for more than 10 centuries. Impressions and memories. The first time machine inventor will mention me. Canibus was a visionary indeed. He believed like a traveling multiples of C. The organic supercomputer that solved the mysteries of Klein Kaluza with 2 blue metric rulers. Like Cool J, but thought Stephen J. Gould was cooler. And he never liked to propagate rumors. Smoke Canary Island cigars, like American luxury cars and beautiful Asian bras. He had a strong mind. He used to philosophize about rhymes while he was pruning his bonsais. He claimed that he had written the greatest rhyme of all time, but he would never take it out his archives. He wrote 2 songs per day and was constantly experimenting with his wordplay. In his youth, he did a report on the Sloan Digital Sky Survey. He got an F, but he deserved an A. I followed his career from the first day. It seemed the lack of support contributed to his inert ways. I seen him put in 24-hour work days with deferred pay, undeterred by the word shame. Public humiliation was the worst pain. He was spinning out of control like a class 5 hurricane. He said he wouldn't want another MC to suffer the same, especially when there's nothing to gain. He was the illest alive, but nobody would face it. He spit till his tongue was too torched to taste it. Privately funded corporations carbon dated his latest creations. To extract the information, they found it utterly amazing. They claimed the body of his work was the same thing as a priceless painting. Never mattered to him, the art galleries hated him, cause Thomas Kincaid called him, said he would take 10 complete enigmas wrapped in puzzles, encrypted in language with sound but without shape or signature. Kept files in his garage on MS-DOS in a fireproof pod. We thought it was odd. Outside there was a shed with an Oppenheimer lock. He apparently kept more wax than Madame Tussauds. We were in total awe cause it blew our minds. So many rhymes that were intricately designed. He was poet laureate of his time. And if you don't mind, I'd like to share some of his rhymes. Alone in my room, looking through the 32X telescope zoom, adjusting the focus of the moon. One should not assume the philosophy of David Hume is nothing more than a subjective conclusion. What is the maximum field rate application? The runaway glaciation surrounding the ocean basin affects the population fluctuation on a continuous basis, but that's just the basics. The juxtaposition of Canibus' position, the precision of something no other is written, way above and beyond what was intended. The unparalleled, malleable enunciation of a sentence. You didn't go to college, obviously. I can tell by your ungodly, unintelligible terminology, a remarkable odyssey. The rhymes are modest speeds when the brain orders the body not to breathe. Your competency is not up to speed, you not in my league. You couldn't possibly be hotter than me, or oppositely at minus 25 degrees. You squeeze, but the condensation makes rifle barrels freeze. Allow me to speak figuratively, nigga please. My intellectual properties about the size of Greece. Your counselor advised you not to speak. My counselor advised me to keep rhyming till they stop the beat. In the words of Joseph Heller, I learned how to write better, even though it sorta irked me. He said he didn't understand the process of the imagination, but he felt he was at its mercy, which explains my point perfectly and certainly reinforces the reason why nobody's probably ever heard of me. Couldn't understand what I mean by ill, lest you try to translate what I print to film. This is the line of will, the circle of time, the cycle of eternity, the emergence of one mind. Academic phonetics render critics tongue-tied, the personified dry humor of cum laude alumni. A wise man sees failure as progress, a fool divorces his knowledge and misses the logic and loses his soul in the process. I obsess with nonsense with a caricature that has no content. My style is masterful, multilateral. I can battle a fool and be naturally cruel. Words of scorn on disastrous tool. From an existentialist view, I'm a better rapper than you. Grab the mic and rip your physical fabric in two. My attitude is fucked up and admirable. Different methods interpreted into different forms, from entirely different perceptions and seen from different norms. Not just spitting a poem, there's much more involved. There's much more pieces of the puzzle for you to solve. 48 orders of mechanical laws, arrays of creational cause, enhance the cadence of my bars. Maybe I am self-absorbed, but that's the effect. To find a cause, you should ask my A&R. Today is what it is, but only because yesterday was what it was. Permitted, you've heard of Beelzebub, a tale of demons and drugs. Pissy drunk in the club with the DJ doing the needle rub. Chances are you never see me, son. Yeah, I know my name's Canibus, but I can't help you if you need a dub. I came to holler at some big booty bitches and listen to the speakers stomp. Where you get conceited from? I'm so nice on the mic, they wanna beat me up. It's deep as fuck. I ain't seen it all, but I seen enough. Really unbelievable stuff. There's a lot of times when I wanna speak, but I'm stuck. I should leave this rap shit alone and kick my incredible rhymes in the privacy of my own home. My imagination is my own. The liberty to speak freely, lyrically on the microphone. With a pen in my hand, I bring motion to the Enneagram and become Can-I Millennium Man. Grave my back with the Emperor's stamp and spitting scientific rap since the 17th century began. Trying to escape the wicked empire Def Jam in the land where lyrics are bland and heretics hang. Every warrior has an axe to bury, but he has to learn to discern between enemy and adversary. I said to myself, Germaine, this is insane. It's suicide, it's controlled flight into terrain. I fought to regain control of the plane, but went up in a ball of flames. I got banned from the hip-hop hall of fame. For 2 bars I kept hammering in my head over and over again. It cost me everything. I'm convinced now that more than the truth is at stake. When people create language that pretends to communicate, euphemisms are misunderstood as mistakes, but it's a byproduct of the ghetto music we make. From an extroverted point of view, I think it's too late. Hip-hop has never been the same since '88. Since it became a lucrative profession, there's a misconception that the movement in any direction is progression, even though the potency of it lessens. Big money industries writing checks to suppress the question, and nobody gives a fuck no more. No one goes to the bookstore ever since the confluence of Moore's Law, but I stay in the lab like Niels Bohr and the son of God, Edward Lawrence and Leo Szilard. Lyrically, I took rap music and turned the knob to the right full throttle and added panache. Why would I argue with my own conscience over the truth? That's like me telling myself, don't tell me what to do. Dialyses and analyses of battle MCs. Sometimes I say things I myself can't believe. My lyrical is so skillfully elliptical. I can understand how it makes you miserable. You wonder why I never let you play your beats for me, and why I keep my studio enshrouded in secrecy. You wonder what's my infatuation with Alicia Keys. Canibus, why don't you speak to me? Yo, I meant it when I said no one can shine on a song that features me. That's why I said it so vehemently. You need to replace the hate with respect. I'm probably the best yet, poet laureate.
Generally, I go with the given, with what comes to me over the celestial wireless whenever it comes. You're lucky when you get it.